What's up guys, in this video I'm going to be quickly showing you how you can create your own custom login and register page. You can see this is what we actually have created. So I'm going to be walking you through how I came about creating this particular login and register page. You can see this is my login page, and you don't need to start clicking on another button for it to start reloading before you get to the register page. You can just do it to the hit of the box, then you can see your register page is up here. So if you have an account, you can just log in. If you don't have an account, you can just register. So see, it makes everything very easy and simple. So I'm going to be walking you through how you can be able to create something like this. You can see you don't need to start reloading your page, and so it makes it's a kind of user friendly for your users to be able to navigate. So I'm going to be walking you through how to do this. Without further ado, let's just go straight into this tutorial where I'm going to be walking you to how you can create login and register page just like this. Hello guys, you're welcome. This is Kingsley from Blast channel. In case you just joining me for the first time, please ensure you subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to hit on the notification bell so that you get notified each time I upload new video, or so that you'll be the first to get notified whenever I upload content like this. Alright guys, what we're going to be doing first is I'm going to be showing you the necessary plugins we are going to be making use of. I think for this particular tutorial we are just going to make use of two plugins. That's we are going to be making use of Elementor, and you should also have Elementor Pro installed. That's we need your Elementor Pro, and also we need our essential add-ons. So these are just Elementor Pro and essential. The essential add-ons, that's just the three plugins we are going to be needing for this particular tutorial. So now, after getting these three plugins installed, another thing you're going to be making sure you do is to set up your page. So what I'm going to do now, after installing essential add-ons and activating them, we are going to come over to this particular site and click on it. Once you click on it, then you navigate to where you have elements. Click on the elements and ensure you enable this particular global control and click on save. Now once you've done that, you now go to settings and go to general settings. Now you click on general settings, it's going to open up. You scroll and ensure you take this anyone can register. Just take it and save the changes. Once you've done that, that will be all for this particular site. So what I'm going to do now is to quickly show you how to go about everything. So now the first thing we are going to be doing now is to go to our templates. No, because we installed Elementor Pro, that's why we have access to this. So we are going to create each of the 10 sections we will be using. So I'm going to hold Control key and click on Add New. Why I held down Control is to open on a new tab. So now I'm going to select, I'm going to be creating a section. So I'm going to name this login section, and I'll just click on Create Template. So once I click on Create Template, the page is going to open up for me. So I just wait for it to finish loading. So you can see it has actually loaded, but we don't really need this particular part. So I'm going to close this. So what you're going to be doing now is to, first of all, we are going to be doing on the login. Remember, this is a login section, so we are going to be working on the login page of it. So what we're going to quickly do is to search for login. So we are going to be making use of this particular one. Then you drag it over to the side. This one is the one that has essential add-ons. So you drag it over here. So you drag it over there. You can see this is how it actually appears. You can see we have, once you click on it, sorry, yours will not come with this. It's just this name, actually it's autofill from my saved. So I'm going to just click on this particular side, just click on the header, that's to select the whole of the container. Then I'm going to make it to be smaller. So I'm going to do it something like, I'm going to make it box, and I'm going to do it. Okay, let me just make it in pixels, and I'm going to do it, let's say 600 pixels. So this is it. So now what I'm now going to do is just to customize this. I'm just going to quickly show you, give you a little rundown on everything, how it's going to look like. So now this is our login section. You can see we can choose the default type of form. The form we want to make use, either login, register, or lost password. So for this, I'm going to be making use of login form. So you can decide to hide the form from logged in users. So I'm going to enable this. So you redirect for logged in users. So we're just going to leave. Now on login form general. So this is where, okay, now you're logged in. That's the text. It will see if someone is already logged in. You can customize the text here because you're already logged in by username and login. So I just lost password. You want to enable lost password on the form. So you want to remember, enable remember me. So here is it. So you can actually, off anyone. I want to remove this register now button because I'll be creating my register link section also. So this is it. So I've actually removed that. So I'm going to now, on the labels, you can actually decide to remove the labels and just leave it to be just the button for this particular. Let me just go and see how to look like. Then general form settings, then okay, scroll down, then on the form header, so you can actually decide to add a logo to your, well, let's say to your form. Let's say this, you can actually decide to add a logo. You can see this is how it's going to actually look like, but for now I don't actually need any logo. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. So I'm going to just leave it. So I just wanted to show you how you can go about it. So now what I'm going to do, show plus password here. Yeah. So now I'm going to, as under form header. So now I'm going to just scroll down and go to form fields. Under the form fields, you can actually set, okay, I'm going to make use of a percentage, leave it as 100% default so that it will go through. So now password visibility, that's this. You can either decide to turn it on or turn it off. So you can see when I turn it off, it's off. Then but I need it to be on. So checkbox, you want it to be checked by default. That's it. Remember me, do you want it to be checked by default? So you can actually set it. I'll leave it. Then the login text, you can actually decide to change the text, but I'm going to leave it as default. So under the form option, now this is where you can either redirect. Now I'm going to redirect. Once you're logged in, I'm going to redirect you. You can actually make it to redirect to anywhere, but for this part, I'm just going to redirect it to the home page. Once I'm logged in, so it's going to redirect straight to the home page. So from here now, you can decide to set your validation message. You can customize it the way you want. So I'm going to, from here, the next thing I'm going to now do is to come to where I have my style. I can now change the typography, how I want it to be, the box, how everything. So I can just set it directly from here. So I'm going to just leave most of it. I might leave most of it as default. So you can just set how you want it to be here, but I'm going to just leave it as default, as I said. So I'm going to just, under the form, that's this particular side, you can see this was for the head. So this is it for, just want to show you what and what. You can see this is, so you can just try it out, but I want to leave it as I like it the way it is. So I'm going to just, under the form itself, you can change what and what you want for the form. The form, yes, I need it to be 100%, and the border, I think I'm okay with the form the way it is, the default way it is. So I'll show header. Do you want to show login form header? That's the top. Then login fields, you can decide to change. So I'm just going to leave everything the way it is. Okay, on the label, you can decide to remove the label or leave the label. On this side, you can change the typography of the typography. Now you can see can change the labels to be, let me say, it should be more straight. So you can see it's actually changed to Montserrat. I can decide to, for the mobile version, it should be a desktop version, it should be 16. Then you can just play around with everything. Remember me, forget password. You can just, let me just quickly, so that's to be uniform. Okay, remember me, forget password. You can just set it how you want it to actually look like, so you can just do it yourself the way you want it to be. So okay, on the register, okay, it should be like this. Then now I'm going, after that, on the button itself, I want to change the color of the button and also the text on it. So the text should be 16, then the Montserrat, then the weight of the text, I'm going to make it a little bit thicker, and also on the background, I'm going to change the background color to something bluish. Going to edit to be something, I think this is okay. Then on the radius, I'm going to add a little radius so that it doesn't become too, I don't want it to be too sharp, so that's why I added the radius. So you can actually customize your form the way you want it to look like. You can customize the height of the I just need it like it's the default, so I'm going to leave it as default. So I'm going to, from here, I think everything about it, I'm just going to quickly check how the other versions are. So I'm just going to quickly, on this 600, on the mobile version, tablet version, it was 600, let me see, 400, we'll make it 400. Okay, sorry, it was in percentage. Okay, let me just make it 70%, or let me leave it as the 100. I'm going to leave it as 100%. Then on the form itself, that's where I'm going to just, because I need the form to actually flow to the end. So on the form itself, I'm going to make the form 100. You can see I'm going, so that it goes through. So also on this particular one, I'm going to, on the form itself, I'll ensure it's still 100. Yes, on the desktop. Then the right top on the mobile version of the font itself, I'm going to make it, change the right top size, the size of that's the label, form labels. I'm going to go to form labels and change the size so that it's to something smaller size. So I'm going to think 14 is okay. 14, I think 14 is okay for me, and I think the rest should be okay. It's okay this way. So now I think I'm okay with it the way it is like this. So the next thing I'm going to quickly do is just to click on publish. I'm going to click on publish, then I'm going to leave this open so that I can just maintain this particular setting. So I'm going to come back here over to this and also do clear, open on a new tab. As holding Control key, I open on a new tab and select section again. Then I'm going, this time around, I'm going to do register. So I'm going to close this. So after closing that, what I'm going to just do is to come over here and copy for me. Copy this. I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to come over to this particular side and paste this particular link. I'm going to paste it here. Sorry. So once I paste it here, I'm going to now click on this particular form and change this to registration. So once I change this to registration, you can see it now brings out more fields for me. So now I'm going to I think everything is okay. Now on the general form settings, I'm going to come here. Now I don't want this sign in to be here, so I'm going to remove this sign in link so that it just have only just the register button. So I'm going to now scroll down. I don't need it to have this Google captcha on it. So I'm going to now scroll the headings. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go to where I have register form fields. So I'm going to click on it. Then I can add any section I want. So let me say, for example, I want to add first name, then first name. You can set whether you want it to be required or not. So you can actually set it here. Well, then I'm going to now make use of first name. I'm going to drag it up. Then I'll now duplicate this. Let me just make this the last name. I think that's it. So you can, okay, first name, okay. Last name will be swap now. So now you can see it just ensures that you don't forget to change it. So now from here I have first name, last name. So now what I'm going to now do, you can decide to make this 50%, like for it. Okay, it's not, if you make it 50 it might not go. So we are going to make this 45, that's the full width, and also make this 49, so that it goes into align on the same place. So I'm going to do the same thing to password and confirm password. So I'm going to do that, the same thing to both of them. Or okay, on email, okay, username, I'm going to make it also 49. Let me just see how, I don't want the form to look too long, so that's why I just try to. So we have username, so you can just set it how you want it to actually look like. But okay, but I think I'll prefer the email to be full, the email and the username. Let me just maintain it to be full 100. So I just want to show you how everything you can actually do. So now on the password, I can say confirm password. It should be confirm password. So I want the person to actually confirm . Want them to actually confirm password. So now you can decide to show the labels. So I'm going to off. I don't want the labels to actually show, so I'm going to turn the labels off, so it just remain just the fields alone. So now, so I'm going to now on the, yeah, you can actually change it to that sign up or register. So I'm going to just leave it as register. So you can actually password visibility icon, I'm going to make it come on so that you can able to view the password they entered. So now form register form options. So you can actually set whether you want the to also log in to register. So after registering, where do you, it just after registering, should it just go redirect to where do you want it to redirect to? You can just set the address here. You might want it to redirect to your login page, or you might want it to redirect back to login page, or you might want it to redirect back to the home page or the login user profile area. So anyone you want to, you can just set it here, but I will just want to leave it as default to redirect to the WP admin, or I can also make it to auto login as yes. So once you register it, you just auto login. So just you can just set it the way you want it to actually look like. So register email, so you just leave all this the way it is. Terms and condition, you can actually set your terms and condition. If you want it to be at the bottom here, you can set it. You can see, and should it be toggle or should it be checkbox, you can actually set it the way you want it here. So for after this, now the next thing we are going, you can set the link for the link for the page. You can actually set it here. You can set it here, so you can just enter your provide the link here. So now validation, you can set your validation text the way you want it to actually look like. So now I'm going to head over to style. I just want to do a little styling here. So on the mobile version, you know, this is a different form. So on the form, itself, the form width, I'm going to make it 100 in percentage. I'm going to make it 100 in percentage. So on the form wrapper, form width, and form width, okay, 100. Then okay, now I'm going to now go to my labels. On my labels, I'm going to click on the labels, then go down to where I have my terms and condition. You can set the color of the text you want. Okay, I want it to be, but the link, I want the link to carry, let me say, blue color. So you can see this is how it is. So I just wanted to show you how you can actually set some of these things yourself. On the register button, let me also do some little customization to it. Sorry, the video is becoming a kind of lengthy, so just want to see how to make it fast and a little. So let me just assume this is what I actually want to make use of. So I'm done with this. I'm going to just click on publish. So after doing this, we have our register section and we also have our login section set. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to go ahead to create our login page now. So that's the final step we are going to be doing now. So I'm going to quickly go to my all pages. I'm going to go to all pages, and from there I can just click on add new. So I'm opening it in a new tab. Then I'm going to now name this my login page. I'm going to name it login. So after doing that, I'm going to click on, let me just publish it before clicking on Element or edit with Elementor. So I'm going to now edit this particular page with Elementor. Okay, you can see I am now on the login page. It has actually opened. So now what I'm going to quickly do, I'm going to bring in, just search for tab. Tab. So once I search for tabs, you can see we have our normal tab here and we have our advanced tabs here. I can just, let me bring in advanced tab here and see. So you can now see this is how it actually looks like. But what I'm going to be doing, I don't actually need this. I'm going to quickly just go to our contents. Sorry, I'm not setting go down cards. Okay, let me quickly just horizontal. Yeah, I want it to be horizontal. Enable icon. Do I want the icons to be enabled, or do I? So you can just set it. You can just set it the way you want it to be. So I'm just going, for now, I'm just going to go ahead. Let me quickly, I'm going to remove this second tab. I'm sorry, before I do that, I'm going to click on this top that selects the whole of the container, and I'm going to go to where I have, I'm going to make it this particular side. Let me make it 500. So I'm going to make it 500, and on the heights, let me just make it 100% of the screen height. So I'm going to make it 100%. So I'm going to now, what I'm going to now do, let me just update it. Let me update it. Then I'll come over to this particular side. I want to make this my Elementor canvas. Reason why I don't want it to have this header menu without the footer or the main header on it. So I just want it to just be the login page. So that's why I'm going to select, I'm going to hide the title and select Elementor canvas. So once I select that, it's going to try to save. Then you can see this is what we now have. So I'm going to now click on this particular side and come over here. I'm going to make this center and also centralize this. So now I'm going to now, what I'm going to now do is to click on this particular tab I have now. So I'm going to click on this tab. Okay. So I'm going to click on this tab and just quickly come to where I have, let me just want to see. Okay, I think it should be, the size should be okay. I can still work on it in case I don't like the way the size is, so I can still work on it. Let me do something. Let me bring in a container and drop it here, then copy this and paste it here. I want it to be inside a container, so that I'll be able, then I can now delete this. So I want it to actually be inside this container, so that I'll know what I'll be seeing what I'm doing very well. So I'm going to now click on this particular side and come over to where I have my content, and now I'm going to select under this particular side. I'm going to turn this heading to be login, and also on the items I'm going to select save template, and then I'm going to search for my login section. So I'm going to search for my login section. You can see it has actually pulled out the login section over here for me. So now I'm going to now go ahead to the second one, and this should be my register. This should be my register, and also on the content I'm going to bring in my register section. Let's see, if I time I switch, it brings in my register, login, register. So for the icon here, I'm going to do under the register, I'm going to select the icon, then I'll search for user. So I'm going to search the user with this plus, so let it serve like my register icon. So I'm going to do the same thing to this, and I'm going to select user still, but this time around I'm going to select the one with the login, this particular icon. So I'm going to select this and click on. So this should be my login, and this should be server. So I just want to, so you can play around with it the way you want it to look like. So I'm going to, under the character, I'm going to come here and turn this, so that I don't want this, I just want it to be plain straight. So I'm going to now change, you can change the color, then the title. Under here, you can, on the general, you can set it the way you want it to actually look like. I want to give my background, I want to give my background and a red, I want it to have like a radius. Sorry, stop from here. I'm going to do it on the main section and the main bar. So I'm going to just leave this the way it is and just come to where I have my title. I'm going to now come to title. Under the title, you can see on normal it should be the background. On normal, the background color, on normal should be, can't it read this? No, sorry, on normal the background color should be default this way. Now on the hover, it should be the background color. Sorry, this is where to set the background color for the hover. On hover, I'm going to set the background color to be something like this. So when you hover on it, background, yeah, okay. So on hover, when you hover on it, it's going to change the color to it this way. Well, I can't. On active, let me make it, okay, on hover, let me make this to be, going to copy this. On hover, it should be a much more lighter shade of it. So on active, the background should be the thicker one. So this is it. On the active one, it should be thicker, while on hover, it's going to be the lighter shade of the color. So now I'm going to now, from after this, I think I'm almost done with my form. Actually, I'm almost done with my form. So what I'm going to now do is to come over to this particular side. You can see currently this is what we are having. This is what we are having currently. So I'm just going to, quickly add something like a background to this particular side. What I'm going to now do, I'm going to quickly click on here and come to where I have this particular side, and then I'm going the background, I'm going to add and image as my background, so I can decide to use this as my background of this particular form. So but on the background now, you can see this is how my form looks like now, but I'm going to work on the background. I'm going to make this background center, and it should be cover. So let's now see, this is what we now have. It's just ignore, sorry you are seeing it this way, everything is actually okay. So by the time I preview it, you'll see how it's going to look like. So now I'm going to now go and make this particular side. Remember, okay, on the background, I'm going to now give this a little padding. I want it to be, so I'm going to give it everywhere 50, and also on this side I'm going to do same thing. I'm going to give it a little padding. Let's say I'm going to give it 30, and on the background I'm going to make it white. I'm going to make the background to be white color. And also, aside from that, I'm going to come over to where I have the border. I'm going to give it a radius of 20 so that it becomes a little bit roundish, and also I'm going to give it something like a shadow effect, although it might not really notice the shadow from here, but just wanted to make it a little bit okay. So I'm going to just, once I'm done, I'm going to click on save. Now what I'm going to now do is to come to, let me refresh. I need to copy the link of the login page, then I'm going to open it on an incognito mode so that I'll be able to see what I'm doing. So you can now see this is how the form actually looks like. So I'm going to just try to see how to fix this error we are actually having. Well, this form was supposed to actually go through as in fill up this page. So I'm going to now show you how to fix that. So I'm going to now go over to where I have this. Then on the tab itself, advanced tab, I'm going to come to where I have the settings and come to where I have general on the content. You can see on the content, I'm going to come to the padding and close up this padding. So close up the padding of the content and just make it to be the top to be a little bit, let me say 10, and the bottom should be 10 for that. And also is flush this also and come to where I have, okay, I'm going to click on save. Now I think the mistake should be from me. I think this place, the main form, I'm going to leave it to be full width. So I'm going to just come here, and instead of making this 600, you can see it's now having its own distance. So I'm going to just make it full width, 100% full width. So I'm going to just click on this form and come over to our style here. Once I come to style, I'm going to now come to the box where we have our box. I'm going to make this in percentage, then I'm going to make it 100%, so you can see, so that it goes the full of it, so that it goes full. So I'm going to now, after doing that, I'm going to scroll down again. I'm going to scroll down again under the form. I'm going to ensure this is in percentage also, and I'm going to make this 100% so. I'm going to make this 100% so that it goes through. So I'm going to now, after doing that, I'm going to, yes, to this one to 100%. So I'm going to now form wrapper shadow, form shadow. So I'm going to just, that's on the form fields, let me see, should be okay, should be like this. Then I think that's all, that will be all. I think that's all for now. I'm going to do the same thing to the register. I'm going to do the same thing to the register. Or let me quickly just work on the mobile version also, on the tablet version. I'm going to, on the tablet version, it should be the box, it should going to be 100%, and also on the label is 100 and 100%. Okay, then the same thing to our mobile. On the mobile version, the box should be 100, yes. Now on the wrapper, it should be 100, and this side too 100%. So I think for the mobile, that I'm going to do the same thing to that of the register. So I'm going under the register, the settings, the general is going to the form. I'm going to turn it to percentage and also make this to be 100. Then under this form, I'm going to make this 100, and this side too is 100. Okay, then the mobile responsiveness of it, I'm going to make it also, this one should be 100, and this for 100 pixels percentage, and yeah, this one should be 100. I think that's would be all. That's, I'm going to just click on save. Then I'm going to go back and preview my site now on incognito mode, preview the login page. Okay, you can now see it's now full, but I'm still having a little, I don't like this. I just want everywhere to be white. It's not blending, actually not blending to this. So because I wanted everything to be white. So in case you're having this issue, what you're quickly just going to do is, the error is from the login and register section. So just come over to the login and register section. Then you click on, you can see there's a spacing in between. If you check, well, there's a spacing in between them. So I'm going to just select the entire container. That the entire container, come and remove this spacing, unlink this padding. Then on this, do the same thing to the mobile version, and also to, then repeats the same thing also to that of the register form. Just repeat the same thing to that of the register form. Just unlink, select the entire container and unlink everything. The container, then unlink the, make everything, remove the padding, also remove the padding for this side and also for this side to remove the padding. So once you're done, you just update the settings, you update it. Then on this particular side, I initially added this into the top here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to come over here to the advanced tab again. Under content, I'm going to, on style, under content, I'm going to remove the padding I added to the top, make it 0, and also here I'm going to make it 0. So I'm going to now click on save. Now once I'm done with that, I'm going to now come to here. Let me refresh and see. So now you can now see my form is now looking very much okay. Now you can see everything the way I wanted it to look like. This is how you can see. You don't need to actually navigate out from here. From the same page, you can actually work on your register. You can register, and also you can see it's just, so I believe this might have actually helped you in creating your own custom login page yourself the way you want it. So instead of just giving your clients or you instead of just making use of the normal WordPress login, you can just customize your login yourself the way you want it to actually look like. You can from here still, in case you still want to customize it a little more and to just add probably the site title to it. So let me just try and see. Let's try and work out something. So let's try and work out something. I'm going to go back here and just under the form itself, the form heading. So I'm going to now come here and add image. Let me see how image box we go. Let me say image box. Let me say image box and at the top. Yeah. Then yeah, let me say this should be the title, site title. Let me say blessed tutorials. Let me just add some. This is the site title. Then on the logo, I'm going to now set the logo I want to make use of. Okay, let me just assume this is the logo I want to make use of. Now I'm going to now, under the text, the right main text at the bottom, we are going to remove this and just try to image spacing, just try to reduce the image itself. I'm going to reduce the size of the image a little. That's the logo itself. So I'm going to make it, let me make it 15, and under the text itself, I'm going to make the text to be, so just let me see, this color, and a typography. I'm going to, let me say I'm making it bigger. So I'm going to now, on the type size, let me make it win, or let me make it 35, or reduce it a little to 30. Okay, I think it's too big because I don't want it to really overlap it. So let me reduce the logo a little. Let me make it 10 and see how it looks like. Then on the spacing, image spacing, I'm going to adjust it. Content spacing. So I just wanted you to see that you can actually just add your own logo. So you can also still transform this into something like this. So you can see why I save this. Let me just save it out, save it, and show you how it will look like. And just image box, let me still reduce the size of the title to, let me say 22. Size of this title to 22, and the image, let me make it 10. Then save this. Then you can still work on the mobile version of it. So I'm going to just refresh this, and you'll see how I've been able to transform that. You can see how my login page is now looking. Doing this will actually make you look professional, just giving someone just the normal regular login page. So you can just set this page to what you want it to actually look like. So I think this is now coming out very beautiful. So I believe you might have actually learned a lot from this particular tutorial. In case you're still watching this particular video and you've not yet considered subscribing to my channel, please, I urge you to please subscribe. Click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified each time I upload new video or content like this. So until next time, this is where I'm going to stop. Bye for now.